So pretty choppy days. I just want to make and this is recorded, so if you want to replay, we'll upload in YouTube. So yesterday, Powell was very hawkish, and we can see the SPY is actually breaking down this uptrend that has been lasting for about 2 weeks. Since everybody was expecting Powell to have a kind of dovish pivot, since Bank of Canada actually slowing down the rate hike last week. So there were a lot of optimism, but yesterday was a really, really choppy day where the FOMC statement was actually more dovish. So the market was up, and that's why we're chasing calls. And during the Q&A, he just gave like a three punches, hawkish punches, and just bring the market down. And we realized he's not going to reduce the rate hike anytime soon until the inflation going down. So the market was pretty heavy from 388 all the way down at closing 374. We make some good trade to offset the loss on the call side, but I was not bold enough to add more size. So I was having a small loss yesterday on the tricky day. And yeah, because throughout the Q&A session yesterday, we're just trying to decipher what he tried to say. And he just slowly delivering his hawkish stand. And the market continued to drop today at opening. And our day low today was touching 368. However, the morning at 10 a.m., there's some economy number coming out that's actually lower than expected. So people and investors in the market start to think maybe the inflation is not as bad, and Fed may slow down the rate hike in December. So that's why once touch of day low economy data started to come out, SPY actually had a huge rally, 368 back to 373, pull back, forming a bull flag, and then just sideways waiting for the farm payroll yesterday. We do have a target at gap fill 378.8, but 375.8, but never been touched today. I guess it's kind of hard for the market now. The sentiment change. And you can see on the technical chart, the EMA support all merged to the downside. That's a typical chart that's going to pull back. And we were hoping we'll gap fill today. That's why we do some long trade, but got washed out in the choppy market today. However, FANGs are pretty heavy today. Google is all the way down. I don't think the earnings are not as good, but wow, this kind of downside is pretty crazy. We do a nice Google Lotto yesterday, 150 we take out because the market bounce. I was expecting a more bounce, so should have hold at 150% Lotto. By now will be 300%. We do another round two, make another 50%. Right now we take out two out of five to make a free ride. And let's see how low it can go. We still have this 81.5 target. Potentially is going to touch tomorrow if the market gap down on the farm payroll numbers. And Rome shouted out a good BA trade. It's actually breaking out, leading the old Dow Jones today. You can see it's pretty nice. And I have a very, very strong seasonality into the December. Currently, I didn't swing it because the market is actually in the downtrend. So I'm a little concerned. But if the farm payroll number come out, SPY pull back, but BA holding out, we might chase the BA. We'll see to swing it. So right now SPY is pretty heavy, and we're shorting tech as well. We currently have SQQQ swing, and tech will be the biggest victim through this aggressive rate hike. We can see QQQ is actually not too far from the year low, only 5 points away. So currently on the swing trading side, we're loaning SQQQ stock, and also we have SQQQ options, betting on more tech downside. We do think this year low will break at some point with all the lots of tech bad earnings, but a lot of other sectors, food NAND, energy NAND, their earnings are actually okay. So you can see a lot of them are actually pushing up right now, like this XOM. I was thinking to day trade it today, but it's been pretty choppy. Last Friday we do a Lotto Friday XOM, was pretty choppy and got washed out. So I just hasn't done touch it today. Heavily the price actions affected by crude oil. So so basically short tech, long energy, but we haven't long energy. Like I said, just a lot of headline driven this kind of trade. So just don't want to day trading energy. As you can see, it's forming a bull flag, but this whole week is kind of choppy. This HUDI has a news that's going to form some battery factory in China. That's a huge breakout, lithium battery. And actually, a lot of lithium battery names are doing pretty well today as well. Didn't day trade them, but slow pushing out. If you look at the daily chart, you're like, this kind of day trading, I mean, it's more risky. If the market pull back, we could get caught. So I just didn't chase this stock like LAC. Tesla is actually pushing the green today as well. So kind of holding this bottom, very choppy, range bound. Don't want to touch it on swing trading and day trading at the moment. But currently, 3 days in a row, we have a downtrend. If it continue, we could see this year low being tested. And if this level cannot hold, we could see 180-ish pretty fast. But I think for Tesla to drop from here, we do need to see the NASDAQ continue to break down, which we could see US dollar right now continue to push up. Currently is forming a quadruple top, which often get rejected, but once breakout, that means there's a huge breakout coming up. And that means more downside for SPY and QQQ since they have been trading reversely to US dollars. So definitely watch US dollar very carefully. And we have a key event tonight. That's why I haven't added a lot of options on the swing trading, betting on the downside, because we have the Bank of England, their rate decision tonight. That will driven one of the key factor on the US dollar is the British pound against US dollar. If this British pound start to gain strength, we can see US dollar start to drop and get rejected again. And market might see a little more bounce due to the currency side or vice versa. So the Bank of England rate hike decision and their future hint about the rate hike will be critical to watch. So definitely keep an eye on this. We'll give you guys update tomorrow morning as well. So back to tech, SQQQ right now is breaking out. We're just doing the inverse trade against QQQ, but we're doing long call here since more QQQ drop, higher SQQQ going up. So we're also lowering the stock over here as well. The other one we're trading right now is on the swing trading side is the SPXU. It's the reverse buy. Right now, all the EMA beautifully merge. That usually is telling us it's breaking this downtrend, is pushing up. That means SPY could break down. But like I said, it depends on the unfound payroll tomorrow for the next move and also the Bank of England rate hike decision. So definitely keep an eye on it. The last two things for the swing trading right now, which we don't have a whole lot, maybe three, is first of all, the marijuana stocks. Right now, they are still bull flagging on the daily chart. But they're very, very choppy. So we stop out CGC yesterday on the option side, but we're still holding the tail rate, long stocks and long call options. And CGC is another marijuana stock that we're holding the stocks as well, and we stop out the options, like I said. Right now, November 8th is the midterm election. We just don't know Chuck Schumer can do anything in the Senate or not. We'll see. I mean, if they really can pass this banking act for marijuana, that's a huge, huge rally for marijuana. But if nothing can be done by November 8, I do think this stock could potentially pull back. However, even they lose the midterm or after the midterm, they still have a few Senate session, two, I think, into December that they can potentially vote for it and pass for the banking act. Even though that's passing it after the midterm election matters less because most likely Democrats are going to lose this midterm, and I think they might be having less incentives of passing this banking act for marijuana industry. So November 8, I think is a key date to watch if nothing happened, which I don't think so because there's no Senate session before or on November 8. So what will happen is really TBD. Will they call out for an emergency session or what will happen? We'll just have to see. Right now we're buying December contract just in case. And I know this is a trend to legalize marijuana. So very likely maybe after the midterm November 8, maybe the end of November, some point in December, they will still legalize it or at least legalize the Banking Act. So we just have to see. Last and most, we actually still have this solar name EMPH. Well, maybe I should take the profit right now. It's both flagging, but the market looks like it's going to pull back. Our average is 294. Nice pop today on all the green energy, like we talked about Tesla, LAC. Nikola actually has a nice push this morning. They produced a hydrogen car. Their earnings this morning is less than their loss is less than expected, and we do expect the hydrogen truck is going to be more in production. We have been watching it closely, but they must talk about something in the conference call that make the stock tank throughout the day that I haven't had the chance to check, but we don't have any positions, so I'm just watching it basically. Yeah, for EMPH, we have a stock. Maybe I'll take the small profits, expecting the market to pull back here. Probably this bull flag EMA will start to break, so might as well just take the small profits. Last and most, I just want to show you guys the flow of gold and what is it? Kind of weird. More call options than put options in general. One of the reasons there's a really big CARG, there's a call options, which I don't know what it means. Could be a paper replacement, don't know what it is, but we do see some QQQ call sweep, but in the meantime, we do see some Apple and SPY betting on the downside. So I think that kind of explains why the market is so choppy today. This STNG is actually a shipping name. We'll take a look. Scorpion. Now it's kind of rare to see that many call options, and for this kind of shipping stocks. And the shipping earnings season is actually coming out there, and they are longer dated calls. So very interesting. We'll take a look. Some China names. We don't know what it means, but maybe they're expecting some kind of news overnight in China. I'm not sure. A lot of them are longer dated. Betting on Baba will go up, which is interesting. But it's total gamble against China, whatever policy. We'll take a look at China name too. So let's take a look at dark pool real quick. On the dark pool side, we see a lot of sales, 373.75. So that does strongly suggest a SPY pullback. And if you look at the dark pool yesterday, we also see quite a bit of volume. And usually above 20 orders, that means we'll probably continue to see the downside, especially we see this amount of orders above 20 for 3 consecutive days. So we just have to see the dark pool number tomorrow, and we can probably tell how strong this sell-off is in the current market. So today, a lot of China name green. Must have some news. Let's take a look. PDD continue to push up. Currently, daily chart has a bull flag. A lot of material names are going up right now. We talk about it. Energy going up as well. Today, a little choppy because industrials are so strong. Boeing, Rome shouted out, is leading the market. While a lot of semiconductor are pushing up, A&D and NVIDIA leading the sector, while the technology software sides are just so heavy. And financial names are actually kind of weak today. And yeah, that's kind of like high level what's going on. I'm going to stop the recording right now.